You know, there's something rather extraordinary that happened in 1929. 3,000 people gathered in a camp in Ulm, Holland, expecting their world teacher to give them the ultimate method, the final answer. Instead, this young man from India stood up and essentially told them, "Go home. I'm dissolving this entire organization. You're looking in the wrong direction." That man was Jiddu Krishnamurti, and what he said that day might be the most dangerous spiritual teaching ever uttered. Dangerous because it destroys every comfort, every crutch, every excuse you have for not facing yourself directly. He said, and listen to this carefully, truth is a pathless land. Can you imagine? Here was a man groomed since childhood to be the world teacher, the vehicle for the coming of Maitreya Buddha. The Theosophical Society had invested everything in him. Thousands wore special badges just to be near him. They built camps, published books, created an entire spiritual empire around this one person. And he stood there and said, I maintain that truth is a pathless land, and you cannot approach it by any path whatsoever, by any religion, by any sect. The moment you follow someone, you cease to follow truth. Do you see what he's doing? He's not giving you another path. He's not saying, my way is better than their way. He's saying there is no way. And that's terrifying, isn't it? Now, right now, as you're listening to this, something interesting is happening. Your mind is either accepting or rejecting what's being said. Watch it. Don't judge it. Just watch. Is your mind saying, yes, yes, I agree, all organized religions are corrupt? Or is it saying, no, this is too extreme, surely we need some guidance? Watch that movement. That movement of acceptance or rejection, that is the path. That's the path your conditioning has created, the path of your past experiences, your hurts, your hopes. Krishnamurti is saying, can you look at truth without that path? Without your conditioning as a Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, atheist, whatever you are? Can you look with eyes that have never looked before? You know what's really dangerous about this? If there's no path, there's no progress. If there's no progress, there's no tomorrow when you'll be enlightened. If there's no tomorrow, there's only now. This moment. And in this moment, you're either free or you're not. There's no gradual awakening. There's no, I'm getting better at meditation. There's no, after 10 years of practice, I'll be enlightened. Krishnamurti used to say, and this would frustrate people endlessly, the first step is the last step. The first step is the last step. Right now, your mind might be doing something fascinating. It might be trying to turn this into a path. Ah, it says, so the path is to have no path. I'll practice having no path. Do you see the absurdity? The mind is so clever, so cunning, it will turn even pathlessness into a method. Or your mind might be getting frustrated. Then what am I supposed to do? That's the prison, isn't it? This constant need to do something, to improve, to become, to be tomorrow what you are not today. So let's actually look at this, not as a theory, but as a living thing. Think of something you want to change about yourself. Got it? Maybe you want to be less angry, more confident, more spiritual, whatever it is. Now watch carefully. The moment you say, I want to change, you've created time. You've created a distance between what you are and what you should be. In that space, in that gap, exists your entire spiritual journey, your seeking, your methods, your practices, your hope. But what if that gap is the problem itself? What if the you who wants to change and the thing you want to change are not two things? What if they're the same movement of thought, artificially divided? Krishnamurti would often say, the observer is the observed. When you're angry, there's no you separate from anger. You are the anger. When you're fearful, you are the fear. The division between you and your anger is thought, and thought is trying to solve a problem that thought itself has created. It's like, so when Krishnamurti says truth is a pathless land, he's not being poetic. He's describing something absolutely factual. Every path implies time. Every path implies you're here and truth is there. Every path maintains the division, the seeker, the problem. But what actually happens when you see this completely? Not intellectually, but actually see it, like you see that fire burns? The seeking stops. Not because you found anything, but because you've seen that the seeker and the sought are the same illusion. Now, Krishnamurti wasn't interested in giving you a mystical experience to talk about at parties. He was interested in revolution, total psychological revolution. He'd say, go back to your daily life, to your office, your kitchen, your relationships. That's where this understanding lives or dies. Can you wash dishes without trying to be mindful? Can you just wash dishes? Can you listen to your partner without the whole history of your relationship interfering? Can you hear them as if for the first time? Can you wake up tomorrow morning without the burden of who you were today? This is what Krishnamurti offered. Not comfort, not a system, not hope. He offered total, absolute freedom. And that freedom is terrible because it means you're completely responsible. No guru to blame, no method that didn't work, no path you fell off of. Just you facing what is without any buffer whatsoever. So I leave you with this. Not as something to think about because thinking will just create more paths, but as something to observe in your actual life. What happens when you stop trying to become something other than what you are? What happens when the path ends? Not in some distant future, but right now, this moment. Can you find out? Not by following Krishnamurti or anyone else, but by looking directly at your own mind, your own life, without any authority whatsoever. That's the only question worth asking, and only you can answer it.